Welcome back to Bless the Bitties, Season 13, Episode 10. Madeline, how say you?
It's Maddie, but I'm great.
Oh, sorry. Well, all these years that I've known you, I didn't know your real name was Maddie.
And you know what? I found out what your real name is today. It's Jeffy.
Oh,
Jeffy. I called you Jeffy, and you were like, huh? You were like, what? Me?
See, I've been okay. I went to pick up the goddamn pizza tonight. The guy's like, oh, you're here for a pickup? Yeah. What's the name? Jesse? Yeah. He comes back. He's like, wait, Jesse? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, sorry. I thought you said Jeffy.
And now I feel like this is a joke.
I wanted to climb over the counter and beat the shit out of him. Okay? If it's not Jeffy, it's Jason, it's Justin. Can we get it the fuck together, people? There is a name in the world, and it's called Jesse.
Without an I.
Do you see? Yeah, oh no. At this point, I'm just happy if they get Jesse with or without an I. I don't care anymore. Not Jeffy.
Hey, Jeffy.
Fucks.
Jeffy.
See, that's why I go by Coach J.
Yeah, what if the kids call you Jeffy?
Then I would quit the job. I would literally quit and find employment at a gas station. Which apparently there is no gas because of the hurricane. Now wait, okay, this was like your first Louisiana hurricane.
Right.
Hurricane Ida came through.
Ida's a hoe. And she came through, but totally missed us. And you know what? I actually put Ida as my biddy of the past few weeks, actually, because she caused so much panic and hysteria.
All for nothing.
Literally all for nothing.
Well, for our area.
Well, I mean, yes, for our area, nothing happened, and there was so much panic.
There was no water. You got to witness a Walmart the days leading up to what would have been the hurricane hit date.
Oh my gosh.
At
There
Walmart,
was no water. Everyone was running, looking. It was like chaos. It was like a fire.
It was like the purge or something. It
Yes.
was like, oh, we're all preparing for the purge. People were like bumping into each other in the aisles. You know, people go for the same thing at the same time and then have a stare down, like that kind of tension, you know? And then the hurricane takes a hard right as soon as it looks at Lafayette and proceeds to demolish New Orleans, Nashville, and eventually Brooklyn.
The northeast area.
That's fucking crazy.
And that's also why Ida is my biddy of the past couple of weeks. Because she destroyed the precious Northeast.
Yeah.
My home.
Yeah.
Disgusting. How dare you?
She came for it all. And luckily, my uncle survived. He got to come stay with us for a little while.
Yeah. It's been fun.
And their power's getting turned back on. Hopefully, New Orleans can recover. And, God, just the surrounding areas that aren't even as lucky as New Orleans to have
I feel
the
like,
infrastructure
like
that
this,
they do.
This hurricane wasn't... I mean, there was flooding, yes, but I think the big part of it was the wind.
The wind
action.
knocked out more power towers than Katrina. Like 3 times as many.
Right. So, I mean...
But the flooding was a little...
The flooding was like normal.
Kept at bay.
Hurricane flooding, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather the power out than the flooding.
Well, yeah. But I'd rather also die. So, there's that.
What? I can't play my Madden? Oh no!
I can't play my games. I can't watch my TV. Count me out.
Alright, so let's get down to it. Well, let's just get it over with, because obviously a main topic of Bless the Bitties since, I don't know, the end of the world started, aka COVID, has been COVID. So, do you have any COVID news?
Real quick, because I think people are really tired of the COVID stuff.
Please.
Let's see.
Because I got some too.
Pfizer first to be approved by FDA. Moderna, can you step it up? Because that's the one that we got, and we'd like to feel a little bit better. Booster shots now recommended 8 months after your second dose. Duh, we all saw this coming. Also, sign me up. I'll be there in January, I think? Maybe February? That's when we got ours. There's a new variant called the Mu, which is apparently resistant to vaccines. So, fuck us all. In the ass, we're all gonna die. In Portland, there's an outdoor mask order. So glad I didn't choose to move to Portland. It was either going to be New York or Portland. I chose New York. Fuck you, Portland, you fucking retards. Staying in the Pacific Northwest, a Washington jail is offering inmates 10 packs of ramen to take the vaccine. Wow.
Woo-wee!
Couldn't go for 20, 100. Like, they are literally 10 cents a pack. The U.S. Justice Department in Florida and Texas. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Before we get to that, Joe Rogan got the COVID.
That's on my list to talk about.
Joseph Rogan got the COVID and recovered in 3 days after taking, what is it called? Ivermectin, the horse dewormer. He was negative in 3 days. He was already shooting darts through fucking horse hearts.
Right. So, I do not believe he ever had COVID. I do not care what anyone says.
Wait, this is a conspiracy?
I do not believe he ever had COVID. I do not believe it. I don't believe it. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah.
It does not make sense.
That he would lie to the general public?
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because he's been spreading a lot of misinformation around. But it just doesn't make sense with the testing. Usually you gotta wait, sort of like figure out, maybe retest again. Who knows? I just don't believe any of this. I do not believe it. I think it could have been a false positive. He went crazy. Took horse dewormers. Nice. Good for you. And now he's all A-okay. I don't believe it.
Well, the one thing we've learned from this is that it affects everyone differently. I mean, Jesse Stephanopoulos and his wife got it. He had no symptoms. She was deathly ill in bed.
I'm not saying it has anything to do with symptoms at all. Obviously, yes, everyone reacts differently. I get that. I do not believe he had COVID. Think it was a false positive. Decided to go on the internets and talk about his negative COVID result. Positive COVID result. And spread misinformation about drugs he used to get over it. It's all lies. Lies, lies, lies.
All right, conspiracy Maddie.
Hey.
The only pushback I would have
I know you're not conspiracizing because you love this guy, but it's not adding up. Nothing about it makes any sense at all.
All right, well, look into it. Here's what I will say.
I have looked into
The only
it.
thing that I would push back against that would be that he canceled shows. And
Okay.
if
He didn't cancel them, he rescheduled.
right, but do you think he would really do that just to prove a point about fucking ivermectin?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
Absolutely. Why? I don't understand why you are putting this guy on a pedestal. This guy who spreads misinformation on a pedestal. It's not. Nothing's really adding up there.
I don't know if
Nothing
he
is
spreads misinformation. He's curious about all information, and he looks into it.
Well, speaking of ivermectin, there were some inmates in Arkansas that were given this drug without their consent to treat COVID. It's a little crazy. It's a little lulu. I don't understand where this even came from. It's just beyond me. It's not a cure-all. It's not Clorox. Just don't do it.
Well, do you remember when Trump was peddling hydrochloroquine?
Of course.
And then now it actually turns out that it is effective in treating COVID patients. So,
is it really?
But just because Trump was saying it, it was looked at as ridiculous because he also said,
it was the way
some light or some Clorox.
Yes, exactly. It was the way he was saying it. He wasn't giving the right information. Like, people use these buzzwords and it's just like, oh my God, what? And they're not using it in the correct way. They're not giving you all the full details. So I would just encourage people to do their own research. I have two more COVID stories. One, the lovely Miss Candace Owens, our favorite, or at least my favorite.
The blackest KKK member there ever was.
Oh, yeah. She was denied a COVID test at a private facility in Colorado and took to the internet to bash it. And, you can't look me up and deny me a test. You're politicizing this. But if it's a public facility, they are allowed to do whatever they want. They could close whenever they want. They can deny whoever they want. And kudos to this private facility for denying this woman, who is a denier herself, a COVID test.
I hope she dies.
You're feeling a little sick? You think you got the COVID? I thought you didn't believe it. What?
Well, that's been the overwhelming popular thing, is that any sort of... It all seems like they're in radio or they're speaking to the public a lot, and they're all denying it or downplaying it, and then they end up dying. So
right.
We can all
I can say is, great. Please get all those people out of here. They do not need to be here. Boo-hoo. Go cry about it in hell.
Whoa.
One more story related to COVID, and this is a great one, and I feel like us as a country should learn from this country. A Vietnamese man has been jailed for 5 years for, quote, spreading dangerous infectious diseases. And I like this. Vietnam has had their COVID under control. They are very strict with their quarantine rules, letting people in and out the country. I understand why the United States can't be like that, because
we would have
the
to kill
Constitution.
Everyone.
The Constitution.
Also, we would cut population in half.
Well, it's slowly getting there, and again, I say yay, because we don't need dumb people moving forward in life and deciding rules and, having a platform. We do not need those people around. So it's a blessing and a curse.
Pro-death penalty, pro-abortion. Not pro-choice, pro-abortion. Stop having kids. Unless you're related to me.
Unless you're in Texas. Because, Jesus.
Well, okay, so we're going to have a new segment on the show.
It's beyond...
dedicated to Texas and Florida.
I feel like Texas is beyond Florida now. Like, Texas woke up and chose idiocracy.
The U.S. Justice Department, Florida and Texas had the most arrests in the Capitol riots. That is according to the U.S. Justice Department. I want to make this a new normal that it's not Florida man crazy. It's Florida, Texas, because they're hand in hand as the two dumbest, most ridiculous states. Florida's like the fun, drunk uncle that will probably molest you, and Texas is like the dumb, drunk uncle that will like accidentally shoot you.
The grumpy uncle, too.
Right.
And it sucks because the states between Florida and Texas, on the what is it, the Bible Belt?
Not too good either. not too good.
Not great. And this is like a shit sandwich of Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
Ever since Texas has this new abortion law set in place, there has been Texas protesters going to neighboring states protesting against abortions, trying to push their agendas.
Can you imagine caring enough about anything to go protest it? I mean, fuck Black Lives Matter, that's ridiculous. Fucking abortion, that's ridiculous. Fucking anything you want to go stand in the middle of the road for, go get a fucking job. Go get a hobby. Go jack off and then think about it.
Well, here's the thing. There are private institutions that are raising money to fund people to travel and protest. Yeah. It's so crazy.
No, not
Obviously,
crazy.
Obviously, you could be doing
retarded.
You can be doing so much more with the money you are raising. How about helping the homeless in your community? How about worrying about your community? How about the other state is not your community. Worry about where you're living. Worry about that.
How about putting condoms in high schools? Instead of running from the problem and making it seem like it's not there, how about addressing it? How about putting more money into that health class that
Christians,
teaches...
We don't believe in premarital sex or condoms and other things.
Yeah, it's all these retards who don't want to have
birth control.
These fucks never got laid in high school, and the thought of anybody getting laid before them, whenever they were that age, it blows their mind, and so they have to have the same consequences. No, you must carry out this child fuck you. You fucking loser retard. Shouldn't even be alive. You should have been aborted. You fuck.
It's the most, like, preachy people that have the most to either hide, cover up. It's those type of people that are just very scary because their agenda is, like, far beyond anything I could really comprehend, because they're trying to make this society where we're God-fearing people, blah, 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 blah. But they do the worst things. They are the worst. They're criminals.
Yeah, they need to be shot.
They're nasty.
Like, they need to have their asshole just widened. Like you're doing a colonoscopy. And you get one of those shotguns that Elmer Fudd used to have. And you, like, kind of wedge it in. Like, you can even put, like, a little Astroglide or some sort of petroleum jelly. And really get it, like, at least, I would say, 2 to 2.5 inches inside that asshole. Okay? And then fire it. And that's it. I know you were waiting for something else, but no, that's it. Just fire it into their asshole. And just see what happens to them. You fucking lunatics. All right, so the 6-week abortion ban that's going on in Texas. Hey, also, lazy fucks who want to have an abortion or who need to have an abortion, go ahead and go do that, like, within the first 6 weeks. Okay? Like, get that shit done.
Well, okay, this is the problem, and a lot of men do not understand this, that most women really do not find out that they're pregnant within that first week. They're usually finding out maybe a couple weeks after.
Right, but it gives you a 6-week grace period while it's still like...
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't know.
Okay.
And it's basically,
well,
you have 6 weeks, but basically the new law is whenever they detect fetal cardiac movement or whatever, that's really it.
Okay, so good luck with all the back alley abortions, and some people will just kill themselves, or some guys will kill the pregnant woman because he can't face that, or trust me, there are going to be plenty of murders or deaths due to this retarded new bill passed.
And I will say murders, it's going to be a lot more baby murders.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's going to be like...
It's going to be a lot more of that, which is so heinous to think about. But do people have choices anymore? Clearly we don't. We do not have a choice. And I say we, as in women, do not have choices.
No, you're talking about our family on the podcast, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Hey, this is a me, not a we. Okay? Woman.
The thing that is most egregious about this whole 6-week thing, okay? It makes exceptions for medical emergencies, but not in the instance of incest or rape.
That's some Texas shit right
there.
That is so
some
Texas.
End of the world shit. I'm telling you, I'm drinking my brains out because I don't want to be alive for the apocalypse, okay? This world is coming to an end day by day. If you're having kids right now, good luck. If anything, abortion, they should pay you to have abortions at this point because between global warming,
overpopulation,
infectious diseases, I mean, it's coming to an end. It's done. We've had a good run. Everything's been kind of cool up until now. Slavery, that was pretty bad. The world wars, kind of 9/11, whoa, it's starting to get crazy. It's done. We're done here. Enjoy the rest of your life, but it's done. Eat whatever the fuck you want. Find someone that doesn't drive you crazy. Stick together. For sure, don't have kids. Get some cats from like an adoption agency, or dogs if that's your preference. Or what were those little things that were cute at the pet shop?
Ferrets.
Get a fucking ferret. Don't have a kid, dummy. The world's about to end. Get a ferret. You fucking lunatics.
Or maybe people should get pets before they have kids as like a trial. because pets are really hard to take care of. We got a guy.
You gotta pay $500 tomorrow to go get our cat for his bladder infection.
I was just about to explain
I'm
that.
dumb. I'm sorry. I'm fired up.
Thank you for yelling.
I'm fired up.
Yeah, so maybe have a pet first. See how that goes. Can you handle that? Can you handle a bladder infection that your cat has? Can you do it?
Or you yourself.
Can you handle the oopsies that happen on our bathroom towel? Can you handle it? I don't know. But trial run first.
In other Texas news, a school district closes for 2 weeks after 2 teachers die of COVID. Now that I'm working in a school, what am I next? Where's Coach J? He died of COVID because you didn't wear your mask during exercise.
Do you think they think you died because you didn't go to work last Friday?
I hope that's what they think. And then when I come, they cheer. He's back with more candy.
Candy!
All right, in Florida, an anti-Biden diner serving only those who are anti-Biden closes temporarily.
Wait, how do they know if you're anti-Biden?
I guess the hostess, it's either a speakeasy where it's like only the real know, or maybe the hostess, or maybe they have a sign out. I don't know. All I know.
Show me your vaccination card. Ah, gotcha. Out of here. Get out of here.
That's a good one. Interesting. Well, they were closed temporarily. Why?
Oh, because someone got COVID?
No!
Someone died.
They sold out of food. They ran out of food because it was so popular. There was too many people going to this place. That's a nice...
I only spend my money here at the anti-Biden diner. They make the best biscuits and gravy this side of the Mississippi.
Wow. You've been down in Louisiana too long, child.
I just want biscuits and gravy, but not from anti-Biden diner.
Yeah, well, good luck with that down here. In other news, a new Illinois law allows students 5 mental health days a year, which I say, only 5?
We need like one for every month at least.
I would say at least once a month you should be able to call out for whatever reason you want.
Especially now. I mean, everything that's going on in the world, like the last thing anybody wants to do is go to work.
Or school.
I'm saying, yeah, go to work or go to school.
I feel
like a student is like, that's work. Like, you have to do that.
Unless you're like super popular and hot, like school is probably like really cool.
We need to prioritize mental health. I mean, I struggle to go to work from home pretty much every day. It's hard to think about work when so many other things are going on. So many people are suffering and the world is ending. I mean, it's really hard to think about selling stuff, doing a term paper, studying for
world history.
I don't know. Yeah, art history. Jesus.
Well, Michelangelo used these types of paints. It's like, fuck it! Global warming!
Michelangelo would have been an anti-vaxxer.
There's pandas burning to death in Australia. I can't deal with this right now. You can't compartmentalize everything that you're hearing. And, even if you don't watch the news, you still hear that shit. You need some mental days off to have a me day. Paint your nails.
Self-care.
Paint your nails and then take it all off and repaint them.
Yes, it's fun.
It's a fucking self-care day. I'm taking a me day. The Federal Trade Commission launches an investigation into McDonald's ice cream machines always being broken. Now, we talked about this a few podcasts back.
Yes.
But they officially launched the investigation, and my theory back then stands true. It's because it is the most grueling task as a McDonald's cashier woman. Because that is their job.
Right.
They're supposed to be in charge of the cashier, and then whenever something comes up, they're also in charge of just whipping up this little McFlurry, which is a lot harder than it seems. Because usually, like back in the day when I went to Dairy Queen, the little chocolate bits of candy bar would be mixed throughout. From the bottom to the top, it was all mixed. And now, it's like the top 25% gets the candy, and the rest is just straight soft serve. This is due to laziness by the cashier. But I understand because you're doing two jobs at once. Get McDonald's. You have the fucking money. Get a McFlurry guru for every McDonald's. Okay? What is it going to cost you? An extra $1,000 a month? Get an actual McFlurry guru to do the soft serve. It's one of the greatest things about McDonald's. You could say the hash browns. You could say the fries. I say the McFlurry, but only when the machine is working, and it's never working. They got a goddamn investigation on you. Fix your shit.
Wait, who was investigating this?
The Federal Trade Commission. They don't have better things to do.
Seriously. This is the worst. Who is on this investigation?
I don't know. Some dude named
squad?
Johnson. Richard, maybe.
He has his own issues with McDonald's. This is a very personal issue for whoever is investigating
He's been
this.
burned too many times on his lunch break.
Not again. Oh.
Speaking of frauds and scandals, Bishop Sycamore is a
Yes.
fake high school perpetuated out of Ohio. They scammed ESPN into airing one of their games against a actual legit, really great high school, and they got beat down. It's like 52-0. And then sort of people started looking into this. Who is Bishop Sycamore? Why are they on ESPN? Why are they getting beat 52-0? Come to find out, not a real high school. There's no education. There's no campus. Some of the players are upwards of 21 years old. One of the players that left sort of exposed what was going on. The coach is a felon. They were robbing stores to get food on their trips between games. They were playing games 3 days. Like, they played on Friday, then they played another one on Sunday. That's not how football works. They were bouncing checks at hotels. Just like 7 dudes sleeping on one floor in one room. They were.
Yeah. Okay. I think I saw something. Didn't some player get hurt? And the commentator was
tore his ACL.
I don't have this number on my roster.
They didn't even know who the fuck this guy was. Turns out he's like some 26-year-old guy. So there's going to be a documentary on this by next fall.
I can't wait.
And
HBO.
Yeah, hopefully it's done by someone good like HBO. But Bishop Sycamore. I mean, that sounds like the most made-up shit ever. Was there ever a Bishop Sycamore? No!
I mean, I don't know.
In the annals of history, look it up. No. So, but hey, you know what? I will say props for exploiting how shitty of a system the whole world is, basically. If you walk in...
People getting desperate.
Okay, so I'll use this analogy. If you walk in with a nice suit on, with confidence, you're getting in for free. That's what Bishop Sycamore did. I'm telling you, if you just act like you're supposed to be there and you don't act shady, you don't like stumble or do anything, confidence and a nice outfit, it'll get you in the doors of the White House.
And that's happened before.
Recently. Parents ordered to pay around $45,000 for destroying their son's porn collection. How say you?
Wait, why do they have to pay?
He took him to fucking court for damages.
How old is this guy?
He's 37, but he moved back in.
Nah. My house, my rules. You want to come back into my house? You 40-year-old biddy? Nah. You're gonna live by my rules. You're 40. Go have your own apartment or something. Go have your own collection in your own home.
Okay, well,
Don't bring it in my home.
Let's say it was like a baseball card collection. Okay?
Right.
Like, I know it's kind of hard because porn is so readily available. Really, the idea of paying for porn is that's when you know you have a problem. If you're ever, like, subscribing...
These were the classics.
Yeah, the fact that it's so free and it's everywhere, it's sort of hard to believe. But if it was like a baseball card collection and they were just like, oh yeah, we threw it away, or we sold it and we didn't know how much it was worth, that's when I'd be like, yo, I'm fucking suing you. I had a Brett Favre rookie card, a Warren Moon platinum card. Those two cards alone were worth $25,000. I'm taking your ass to court.
Right.
But with like a porn stash, it's like unprecedented that a judge would be like, well, the man makes a fine case. You were ordered to pay $45,000 to this man for his
collection.
We'll just call it a collection.
Idiot. This guy has got some balls.
Well, nature and nurture, right? Am I right? You raised a real winner there. So we were speaking about Joe Biden. Come on, man. He cancels $9 billion in student loan debt. This is going back to January of this year. Have you gotten any of your student loan debt canceled from Mr. Joe Biden?
No.
Joe Bidet.
No, I haven't. And I think it's because I'm not like a recent graduate. I feel like that's where these debts are disappearing.
Not a recent graduate.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that, yes.
Listen, Maddie, I'm trying to do the best I can, okay? Come on, man. I have a lot of naps scheduled. I'm down in Louisiana wearing a slicker. I came down here to wear a slicker. I'm trying to help the people of Louisiana.
And then went to New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I went to New Jersey. Come on, man. It's a tragedy. There's people out there, okay?
Right. I don't really care. I mean, just keep deferring the payment of student loan. Just push it back another year. Why not, right?
I'll push it back another year, okay?
Just
I
saying.
might not be alive in another year.
Well, okay. Even better.
Kamala's gonna be great. Speaking of almost dead people, Greg Leaks, husband of famous housewife Nene Leaks, finally died, unfortunately. I'm not saying it like I wanted him to die, but...
Wow, run that back, sir.
He just kinda
run it back. Run that back.
Always looked like he was about to die.
Run that back, please.
Come on, man. I'm Biden again. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, no.
I mean, I feel like this was a story I would have liked to break instead of you, because clearly you don't care. But
I
yes,
do.
Greg leaks Nene's husband, Nene, famous housewife, actress, Broadway actress. Her husband's been battling cancer for quite a while, and unfortunately, he lost his battle. He was one of the best house husbands in the franchise, and he will be missed. I teared up when I heard the news. I was very sad about it. Very sad.
Let's pour one out for him.
There you go. Pour it out.
Well, I said finally because please continue the story about Nene on social media. That was a little alarming to me.
Well, it first broke. She was at her club in somewhere Atlanta.
Oh, she was out partying while he was on his deathbed? Yes or yes?
She owns a club now somewhere. I don't even think it's Atlanta. It's somewhere outside of Atlanta.
Decatur?
Decatur. Thank you. It is Decatur.
Really?
Yes, it is Decatur. And
East Point?
okay. Someone
College Park?
Oh, can you shut up? Thanks.
West Side!
She was asked to take a picture or like sign an autograph for a fan or something like that, and she sort of exploded and was just like, Greg is transitioning and blah. So she kind of like broke the news that way.
He's becoming a woman before he died.
It's just really sad. So
yeah, well, I always hated Nene, but Greg, great guy.
Shut up. You don't even care.
I do. Greg was a nice man. Uncle Ben.
That wasn't Uncle Ben. Yeah. Just stop talking, please. Thanks. Stop talking.
Speaking of other dead black guys, Michael K. Williams, Omar from The Wire, also dead. In his mid-50s. That's crazy.
You have any other news?
A Belgian woman banned from the zoo after a 4-year affair with a chimpanzee.
Was it a white woman?
Probably. Belgian.
Why can't you say a Belgian white woman?
Well, no, here's the thing. Chimpanzees, pretty close to the human race. And I know you're actively in love with our male cat Bosco. Should you be banned from the house for this torrid affair you're having with me?
What?
Yes.
With you?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Your love for Bosco, our neutered cat, male. You're always calling him a nice guy. Well, what about me? I'm not a nice guy.
No, you're not.
Interesting.
Moving on. University in China has developed some new technology that I think men across the world would love, because I really don't care about it. They have developed a fiber that can charge your phone. So this is a fiber-shaped lithium battery that they can put in clothing, and you can charge your phone in your little front pocket there, in your little back pocket there. How do you feel about this? Would you wear batteries?
I mean, I've gotten pretty close to it where I've had, one of those portable chargers in my pocket. So, I mean, does it never die? Do you have to charge it up? Or is it just a smaller, more powerful battery?
Small battery. All I know is that it is machine washable.
Oh shit! So if you forget it, yeah. I'm thinking I thought you were headed in the direction of having it under your skin. So you just like, I gotta charge my phone, and it's right there, like on your pelvis or forearm. I'm sure we're getting there eventually.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. A farm in South Africa has been harvesting and farming black soldier flies for protein. All around the world. And for pet food. How do you feel about this?
Feel pretty strong about it.
Let's feed our guys, our little fur buddies, some flies.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like crickets and mealworms and now flies just sort of got the wrong end of the stick here, because those are universally, the feed for the reptiles, amphibians, who are also caged, so they're not getting much of a good draw of it either. Yeah, they're just the lowest on the totem pole. Same with like mice, those cute little mice that you throw to the snakes.
Well, you like protein. Would you eat some fly protein?
If I had to, absolutely. But also, I live in a first world country, so no.
Well, this is being sent all over the world.
Yeah, well, sprinkle it on my pizza and don't tell me about it, and absolutely, I will eat it. And if I make a face, just shake your head and be like, no, it's fine. And I'll keep eating it.
Gross.
Cockroach dust, though? That's that shit. Put it in a vanilla milkshake.
Well, I think the only good thing that could come of this is that at least they're being farmed, so they probably don't have diseases that they're carrying around.
Right.
Still,
like
pretty gross.
Farm tilapia. Should probably go for that as opposed to just the dirt-dwelling tilapia. Although natural salmon better than farm salmon.
Well, yes. I would say yes.
Like
the waters...
The
waters are different.
Yeah. Catfish...
I can say the same for catfish.
Catfish, just fucking fry that shit, alright?
Well, just fry anything.
Put some fucking butter. Should we fry some salmon?
Can.
I mean...
Fry the skin. I'll eat it.
We can fry a fucking shoe. See what happens.
Edible shoe. Keeping it light and breezy, I guess. Rapper Drake came out with a new album with a terrible cover.
Whack.
And on this album, the disgraceful R. Kelly has been credited on one of his songs. Gross or gross. This guy, and I'm talking about Drake, is a very gross guy. Don't trust him. Would never trust him. What do you think?
Yeah, put him in the same helicopter as The Weeknd and Russell Wilson and LeBron James, and shoot that shit down over the Pacific and see if I bat an eye. These fucks can all
any white people
die.
that you feel this strongly about?
Oh yeah, let's see, Tom Brady.
We'll say it with the same oomph.
Well, I mean, Trump, Tom Brady.
We'll say it with the same oomph.
Yo, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. Fucking Bill Maher. That hack comedian. What's his name?
Joe Rogan?
Bitch. ever slander that man's name? Point is, Drake makes music for people who want to be sexy. The Weeknd makes music for people who do drugs and want to be sexy. And neither of them are either of those things. And I just don't like Russell Wilson or LeBron James. But the fact that Drake is so hateable and has so many missteps. Like, he leaked the Andre 3000 verse on a song. It's like Party All the Time, or it's like I Like to Party, some party song. And Andre 3000 came out and was like, yo, I did not agree to have that verse leaked. And he's just a dirty dude. Like, and the fact that he looks actually handicapped, which people are like, oh my God, Drake is so sexy. Oh my God, what a sex symbol. It's like, dude looks like borderline handicapped. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
now
also
you're an ableist. How dare you?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I need my sex symbols to resemble sex symbols, and this dude does not do any of the following. Fuck off, Drake. Die in the worst possible way. You fuck you. And your music sucks. The only thing that's even keeping you remotely afloat are your beats, which you do not make.
Anything else to say about that?
Oh, I thought you had some more happy news.
No, I just have like lighter news. So recently, I'll keep it in the entertainment business. Recently, Beyonce and Jay-Z came out with this crazy Tiffany & Co. ad. Tiffany, the jewelry brand. And it's like a yay and a nay. Mainly because of the art that was used in this ad. They used the former artist Basquiat, his rare art in this Tiffany ad that for some reason I'm not sure how to feel about it, because it's like Tiffany blue color. Like, how was this even brought about? It just seems like something that Basquiat would never do. And also, I think Jay-Z thinks that he's Basquiat now. I don't know. He's having an identity crisis, and he needs to be stopped. Jay-Z has gone off the deep end. You need to relax, sir.
Is this like hijacking the culture?
No, it's just like, what are you doing?
Like, stay in your lane, sir?
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Like, you paint, I rap. Let me steal your paint.
I mean, well, people are saying that he is, like, stealing Basquiat's look. He has, like, the dreads going on.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I know.
It's just...
It's identity crisis.
Look, we love to see black people on Tiffany ads. I think this is the first time a black woman is wearing the iconic Tiffany necklace that Audrey Hepburn wore back in the day. Great, but also, I feel a little tone deaf. That's just me.
Well, once you get that much money, it's sort of hard to keep your feet on the ground. Let's see. We'll finish it up here with a couple of, well, bitty stories. Because let's remind people what bitties are.
I think you should say that. You're
All
the
right.
number one biddy in the world.
I mean, so I kind of set the precedence for bitties. And, it's sort of a thing where, you think you're the best, but then you realize you're not. A man cuts off his penis and throws it out of the car during a police chase.
It's like, I don't even know how to respond to that.
It hurts.
I
First of
don't
all,
know
it
how to
hurts.
respond to that because I can't imagine what that might feel like.
Okay, so you know the clitoris that's in between your legs?
I understand the correlation.
Imagine
yes,
getting
but
some sewing scissors and cutting that off and throwing it at the police. Wouldn't have as much of an effect.
I think it might be a little worse for the male genitalias.
I don't know.
I mean, it's all bad. Trust.
I think
but
it's all pretty bad.
How does a person do that to themselves? Like, this is not like Lorraine Bobbitt over here. This is like a man doing this to himself.
Yeah, this screams speed. Like he's on
meth,
amphetamines. Like I can do anything. Like that superhero strength of speed. So he was probably coked out.
Right. How about chop a finger off? Like,
or actually,
why go down there?
Because it's more of a symbol. You know, it's like I can cut my dick
I'm
off. I'm
losing my manhood right now. I'm still a man, even though I just chopped my dick off.
Yeah, that's some meth shit. You know, just like total deconstructing yourself in the face of, I don't know. I'm not. I want to be a psychologist, but I can't even diagnose that shit. Lil Uzi Vert, this shit rapper that I've never even heard a song of his from, but also I know that he's a terrible rapper because I've never heard a song of his. Says fans tore $25 million pink diamond off of his forehead. Remember that bozo that got a diamond implanted into his forehead? Someone ripped that out of his face. Go figure. Go figure. And it was only worth $24 million. Like, big whoop, I'll get another one, right?
You know what? Oh, wait. This was something that couldn't be taken on and off like an earring, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
This was implanted. Which, whatever that means. Well, you know, they always say the most talented people get the best lives. I'll finish it up with this, because this is kind of weird. August 29th, 2005, a hurricane hits Louisiana.
Oh, here we go.
Kanye West drops his new album. The Chicago White Sox are in first place in Major League Baseball. Afghanistan heavily in the news. August 29th, 2021, hurricane hits Louisiana. Kanye drops his new album. The White Sox are in first place in Major League Baseball. Afghanistan heavily in the news.
Wait, what was the 2005 hurricane? Was that Hurricane Katrina?
Yes. The simulation, it's skipping. It's on repeat. Except this time, you know, like whenever a CD would skip, and it would just be like, a-da, 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 a-da. And if you let it go long enough,
it'll get back on track.
It would get back on track, or it would say, it would like come up on the screen, CD disc error, but it would just be like, disc error. It's going to be one or the other, folks. We're skipping right now.
Yeah, but there's no, like, I don't know. The years apart, it's kind of random. Yes. It's not like an even number. It's like, what, 16 years?
Yeah.
It's a sweet 16.
And also you could say trouble in the Middle East basically every year.
Well, yes. And that's been happening since 20 years ago.
I don't know. I think those guys are going to get it together. They'll figure it out one of these days. They're good guys. They're you know, they're some knuckleheads. They'll get it together.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah,
Is that conspiracy?
You know, I just throw it out there and see what sticks to the wall. Like some SpaghettiOs. But bless you, Bitty.
Bless you. Thank you for listening.